Today we're going to talk about buying new versus used motorcycles and the pros and cons. Okay, so do you buy new, do you buy used? What are the benefits of each? So let's start with the new side of things first, and we'll do kind of a pros and cons. This follows some other videos that I've been doing and a lot of comments that people have had, so it spurred up some conversation, so I figured we'd do a little video on it. So if you buy a new motorcycle, the benefit is it is an absolutely new motorcycle. Nobody has done anything to it. It is unadulterated. Nobody has farted on the seat or have nut sweat on your seat at all. It is brand new, okay? The benefit to a new bike is that it is new. I actually had a customer tell me that one time that nobody had farted on the seat, and that was the reason why he wanted to buy a new motorcycle. But anyways, the new motorcycle does come with a very limited 2-year manufacturer warranty. Now, a lot of people don't understand the warranty on a new motorcycle. It is a new motorcycle and does have warranty coverage. However, that warranty protects from manufacturer's defects. And with that warranty, you're at the whim of the motor company and their decision whether to warranty something or not. So, you do have the limited 2-year warranty on a new motorcycle. Another benefit to the new motorcycle is that you can customize the motorcycle in any way, shape, form, how you want. Nobody else has customized it for you, so it is a clean slate. If you are into the art of customizing a motorcycle or like customizing your motorcycles, I mean, why wouldn't you, right? That's half the fun. But if you're into that, that's a clean slate. You don't have to worry about what anybody else has done to the motorcycle like you do on a used motorcycle, okay? So, those are some big pros. Obviously, when you get a new motorcycle, you get stuff with a newer technology, a newer motor technology, M8 versus the twin cam, for example. New transmission, 6-speed cruise drive transmission on newer bikes versus the older 6-speed transmission or 5-speed transmission on older motorcycles. And obviously with the, coming out of the 23 CVOs, we see a whole new technology platform on the Street Glide and the Road Glide with all the new technology that Harley has made with the screen and all the digital interface stuff completely revamped. So you have the benefit of all the newest, latest, greatest, cool stuff on a new motorcycle. Now, what are the cons of buying a new motorcycle? Number one thing I've been getting feedback on is price. When you look at the price of new motorcycles, pricing, pretty much is consistent, but not all dealers are MSRP dealers. Some dealers are DSRP dealers or dealer suggested retail price and are strictly pricing on supply versus demand. So you have a lot of inconsistency even on a new motorcycle, and that concerns some people. But price is always an issue. Everybody always has a budget with something that you're going to end up buying. It just is the way that things are. You're willing to spend X amount of dollars on what it is that you're going to purchase, and a motorcycle being one of those things. So with a new motorcycle, some people do not like the price of a new motorcycle. They're just completely against it. And along with price, one of the considerations you have to have with a new motorcycle is a depreciation in the motorcycle. Everybody's used to it with the car world, and it happens in the motorcycle world as well, that you do have depreciation when the vehicle leaves the lot. There is a true statement to that, simply because once you buy it and that vehicle is now titled as owned by somebody, if you were to take that immediately back and trade it in a short time later, you are going to be upside down in the vehicle simply because of taxes, fees, finance charges. So depreciation is always a big issue and a concern for a lot of people in buying new versus used. Now, as far as the cons, those are just the two big things that I see. Those are big ticket items, price and depreciation. Now, a lot of people would say that a con of buying a new motorcycle is that it comes stock. And that is a true statement. And I offer you this in my thought process: be careful what you wish for. A lot of people want everything on a motorcycle. Why didn't the motorcycle come with parts and accessories? Or why doesn't it come with slip-ons and blah, 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 blah? Number one, if all of those items came on a motorcycle, could you imagine the price of a decked out motorcycle? It would be significantly different. Now, with that too, think about it. What happens if you buy a motorcycle that has Vance and Hines pipes on it and some handlebars and a seat, and you don't like Vance and Hines exhaust, you don't like Fatbaggers handlebars, or you don't like a settlement seat? It's already on the bike. The difference in the motorcycle world with that, and I'll cover a video on customizing coming up in the future, there are so many options out there. It is just astronomical, the amount of combinations that you could use in things to put on your motorcycle. It truly is an art of customizing and personalizing your motorcycle. Like I said, we'll have a video coming up on that in the future. So the motorcycle is going to come stock, okay? Now, a lot of people would say, well, Harley Davidson does it on purpose, so you have to buy extra things for the motorcycle to customize it and personalize it. And that is true. That is a very smart business concept if you're on the business end of it, okay? They do not put special items. Take hand grips, for example. The stock grips on the Harley Davidson motorcycles are the biggest pieces of shit hand grips out there. Everybody can attest to that. Probably 1 in 10 million people say, I like the grips, they're comfortable, and they look great. So, everybody knows that when you buy a new motorcycle, you're gonna do some customizing to it. So why would the business put all the money and effort into it when people are gonna change it anyways? So, and obviously Harley Davidson sells parts for Harley Davidson motorcycles, so they would want to make that money in return. So like I said, smart business sense when you think about it from the business standpoint and not the consumer standpoint, which we most often feel from as consumers. With customizing, I strongly suggest that you spend some time doing some research, looking at what other people have, what do your friends have, going to some bike nights, some events at dealerships, rallies, listening to different sounds of exhaust, or checking out seats or handlebars to see what you like before you put the time and money into customizing your motorcycle. I certainly would not want to buy a new motorcycle and somebody else have done all the work for me, because number one, I enjoy customizing my motorcycle. It's part of the fun that I have, and I want to make it mine. I don't want to make it somebody else's. So definitely on the con side. Now, let's talk about the used side of things. And there's a lot of comments that I've been getting on some of my other videos about people buying new versus used. There are benefits. I mean, flat out, there are benefits to buying used over new. My motorcycle that I have, my 2016 Road Glide Special, was purchased used. I got a great deal on it. The motorcycle had low mileage. It was clean and beautiful, so definitely was a benefit to me in buying this motorcycle used. Now, downfall to it, man, is if you look at some of the other stuff that I talked about just a minute ago, my bike has a twin cam motor, has an older transmission technology, has older radio technology, which I have swapped out with the Soundstream Reserve, and I'm very happy with that. But there are some changes that I had to make in getting this motorcycle. Now, as far as the twin cam motor goes, I'm a huge fan of the twin cam. I love it. This has the high output cam in it, so I'm happy with it. I'm not out drag racing, I ride the thing. So I'm happy with the way that this bike came. Now, I did do customizing to the motorcycle. So as far as like one of the things with buying a used motorcycle is it's already kind of laid out how the previous owner had it. Now, there's a benefit to that. When you look at the pro side of things, somebody's already spent the money on an exhaust, handlebar, whatever that person has done to customize the motorcycle, they've paid for, and you get those things on the motorcycle, and that is definitely a benefit. Now, what if you don't like what they put on there? This bike had Vance and Hines exhaust on it. It was pretty much stock. It was chrome. I've completely redone this motorcycle to the way that I want it set up, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay putting the time, effort, and money into it because I want to make it exactly how I want to make it. So on that pro side, one of the things with used motorcycles is pricing. That is probably the biggest thing that most people talk about in buying a used motorcycle is pricing. And I will tell you this, from working in the industry myself, pricing on used motorcycles is extremely inconsistent. Now, there is a book value assigned to motorcycles. However, when you look at used motorcycle values, it is not controlled by a motor company. It is not controlled by a dealership, especially if you're buying private party. Private party pre-owned motorcycle sales right now are up 300% over years past. A lot of people, especially this time of year with the economic downturn and things that are going on, a lot of people are dumping their motorcycles because they need money. So you can get pre-owned motorcycles at a great price. I'm just hearing of some people getting obnoxious deals. So pricing in the used market is widely inconsistent. That may work to your favor. Most people always think that buying a pre-owned motorcycle is going to be cheaper, and that's part of the thing that they look for. There are a gazillion motorcycles out there for sale private market wise. Facebook Marketplace, eBay Motors, your local newspaper, whatever the case may be. But there are a ton of motorcycles that are out there that are available. Like I said, pricing is inconsistent. Now, the benefit is you definitely can get a good deal. And another benefit too is if people are selling private party, you can usually negotiate the price differently than you can with a dealer, because there's always a cost involved in buying a motorcycle at a dealership. So negotiation is definitely a pro in the aspect of buying a pre-owned motorcycle. Another one of the big pros that I see in purchasing a pre-owned motorcycle is whoever purchased the motorcycle originally at the dealership has already taken that depreciation hit for you. Now, that is a big concern to a lot of people, especially a lot of older school people. Depreciation is always an issue. I know some people that never buy a new motorcycle, they never buy a new car, strictly based on depreciation. And that is perfectly fine. I completely 100% understand taking that depreciation hit. But when you buy a pre-owned motorcycle, somebody has taken that hit for you, so that is definitely a pro for you. Now, if you get a great deal on the motorcycle and they've already taken the depreciation hit, usually puts you in a very good equity situation, which is always a positive thing. Now, let's talk about the cons of buying a pre-owned motorcycle. And I'm sure you can think of a whole bunch of them. If I missed something that you thought of, put it down in the comment. Let's talk about it. Let's help each other out with this. But cons of buying a pre-owned motorcycle, number one on my list is it is a pre-owned motorcycle. And with that, you don't know how somebody rode it. You don't know how somebody took care of it. You don't know what they did to it. The gamut of that is wide open for issues, okay? Now, especially if you buy a motorcycle, like when I bought this one, I'll use myself as an example. This motorcycle is a 2016. I purchased this motorcycle in 2022. So the motorcycle is already 6 years old. It only had 3,000 miles on it when I got it. So super low miles. A lot of people would say, man, that's great. And it is. However, if the motorcycle has low miles and it's just been sitting around, you have other considerations that you need to make. One of those, tires, seals, those are all issues. I did have a rocker box gasket leak on the front and rear of this, and probably attributed to the motorcycle just sitting and the gasket itself developing a leak. The tires that were on this were the original tires, so the tires have had to be replaced. The battery, original battery. Most Harley batteries will typically only have a lifespan of about 2 years. Obviously, if you keep better track of it, keep it on a battery tender, it will extend the life of that battery. One of the big considerations I have with motorcycles just sitting around and not being used is, does it have rust? Has it accumulated any type of oxidation on any of the surfaces? Has it been kept inside? Has it been kept outside? Big concerns for the condition of your motorcycle. If things have been sitting outside, way more concerns for you to think about. If you're looking at purchasing a used motorcycle, go over it with a fine-tooth comb, or have somebody that you know and trust go over the motorcycle for you. Super important to make sure you're looking at the minute things that may cause you issues that a normal person or maybe an unexperienced person wouldn't notice. If you're looking at a used motorcycle, along with having somebody look at the motorcycle, make sure you run it. Get out, take a test ride on it. You know, some people are kind of quirky about that stuff, and that always concerns me when I hear people say, hey, I went to look at a pre-owned motorcycle and they wouldn't let me take a demo ride on the motorcycle. If I'm selling something, you're interested in it, yeah, I have concerns. Do something simple, like keep the person's driver's license if they're going to go do the ride on the motorcycle. But I want to make sure if they're going to purchase a motorcycle that I'm selling them as a pre-owned motorcycle, that they're happy and they have a fair opportunity to check the motorcycle out. If I were buying a pre-owned motorcycle and somebody weren't going to let me ride it, I certainly would consider against buying the motorcycle. There's a reason they don't want to let you do that. But run the motorcycle, listen to the motor, you know, roll on the throttle, check for engine codes. Big thing too is with engine codes, you never know what kind of stuff is in there, and to a normal person that doesn't know or hasn't had any experience with that, they're not going to know to check it, and you never know what you're going to come up with. You can have a bad BCM, ECM in it, and it will give you that code. Look those codes up. The information is readily available online when you Google Harley codes. Some are historic, some are current codes, but make sure you pay attention to that. On that con side of things, one of the things that I talked about a little while ago, being a pro, is also a con, and that is how somebody customized a motorcycle. Yeah, it's awesome. They put a bunch of great stuff on the motorcycle. They paid for all of those things. You didn't have to pay for them. Super outstanding. However, do you like everything that they did to the motorcycle? If you don't like everything they did to the motorcycle, you're still going to have to spend some time and effort and money doing the things that you want to do to make that motorcycle yours. I did have one of my viewers the other day make a comment in the fact that he did buy a pre-owned motorcycle, and the motorcycle was decked out exactly how he wanted it, with the components that he wanted, LED lighting, and he got a great deal on it. Dude, if that's how it works out for you, that is freaking awesome. That is kind of an unusual circumstance, but it is awesome. That works out better for you, and that's one of those things. If you're looking at a pre-owned motorcycle, you can be a little bit more diligent in what your research is and what you're looking for, and you can usually spend that extra amount of time finding something good. One of the other things on the con side that I think is super important, and people may have a differing of opinion, but it is what it is, but I am a big believer in having warranty protection as an extended warranty on a motorcycle. Now, some people think warranties are bullshit, and that may be your opinion. You may have had some experience with it, making you think it's that way, and cool, I appreciate it. It is your opinion. However, in my expertise in the world that I work in, warranty coverage is important, and I see it work and benefit customers all the time. And I'm not talking about the manufacturer warranty, I'm talking about your ESP or extended service plan. I have ESP on this motorcycle, and I also have the tire and wheel package offered through the dealership, and I have used it. It is fantastic. Anytime something goes wrong and it's covered under warranty, it is a $50 deductible. So when I had the rocker box fixed and got those gaskets replaced, I also had a screw in my back tire. I got my back tire changed, and I got the front and rear rocker boxes fixed, and it was a $50 deductible for everything at the same time. But warranty protection, like I said, super important, man. If you blow up a motor or transmission, it would be a lot easier to pay $50 than it would be the cost to replace that. Now, warranty does not cover wearable items. Brake pads, bulbs, fuses, you know, your clutch from misuse. So there are some things that a warranty doesn't cover, but ESP as a general rule, covers a lot more than a manufacturer warranty does. So I like having that protection. I like having that peace of mind in having that warranty if anything does go wrong. So cool thing is even if you buy a motorcycle from a private person, you can actually go to most Harley dealerships and you can purchase ESP outright on your own. A lot of dealerships even have payment plans to allow you to make payments on the warranty. So that will do it for today's video, doing some pros and cons on buying new versus used. I hope you enjoyed the video. I super enjoyed getting out to ride and enjoy this beautiful Georgia day. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. If you are new or if you're returning, either way, I really appreciate you taking your time to spend with me. It means a lot. If you like the content, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you're new to Harley Davidson or you're thinking about buying Harley Davidson and you need some more tips and some help in doing it, I'm an insider in this industry. Please watch this video right up here and that will help you out. Until next time, guys, ride safe, have fun in life doing what you're doing, and we certainly appreciate people that allow us to be out riding free. Until next time, we'll catch you later.